12 seasons, we thought we'd seen
No, this is steep.
it all.
Where have you taken us? Uh-oh, this does not look good.
In season 13, adventure awaits.
Did not see that one coming.
First gear, low range, diff lock on. This is going to be interesting.
And here we come.
Ollie, it might make it. Go, 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 go.
Okay, I can stop shaking now, right?
Brand new rigs. Brand new journeys.
This is proper big, angry four-wheel drive territory.
The Australia
Oh, hang on.
you can only see when you leave the road behind.
20 steps, take one.
This is 8-year-old Pat wanting to climb mountains.
Pat Callinan's 4x4 adventures
Hell yeah.
begins now.
We've done it. G'day folks. Most travellers have an ironclad reason for their destination. They're either going to a swanky hotel, a nice bar, a great restaurant. But not us four-wheel drivers. We find the most tenuous reasons to go on our adventures. And this trip is exactly one of those. We are heading down the border track. But admittedly, there is a pretty cool destination at the end of the track.
And taking us on our adventures this year are two new additions to my 4x4 family. Say hello to the Ford Ranger Wild Track and Ford Everest Titanium. Two great looking vehicles that represent more than a century of Ford motoring technology.
Now, out of the box, these are some of the most capable 4x4s on the market, but we're going to aim to make them even better by bolting on and plugging in some of the best quality accessories on the market.
Above, below, and inside, a suite of extras all over. And although they're bright and shiny now, I can promise you this, they won't be for long. With our Easy Trail Sterling in tow, they'll get dirty. They'll get pushed.
Ooh, we're doing the old porpoise up here now.
And they'll take us to some unforgettable
You won't see this anywhere in the world.
and incredible experiences. Bringing out the big kid in all of us.
How good is that?
That's awesome.
I'm really looking forward to sharing this trip of a lifetime with my 19-year-old son Bill, and my good mate and magazine editor Wes Whitworth, who's covering the journey for our publication and websites. We'll travel through the town of Renmark near the South Australian border, taking the famed border track south towards the Narracourt Caves, Piccaninny Ponds and onto the limestone coast south of Robe. But we begin on the red earth of southwestern New South Wales, where recent rain gives us all a beautiful baptism of mud.
When you're coming into this area, particularly from the east, you will cross something called the fruit fly exclusion zone. It's a little line on a map and you're not allowed to take any fruit or veg across. Now, I've made the mistake on countless occasions of actually doing a big shop and then coming in here and having to dump it in the big yellow bins. It is heartbreaking. So don't be a duffer like me and make that mistake. Eat all your fruit and veg beforehand and then do your shop on the other side of that exclusion zone.
The riverland town of Renmark sits on the banks of the mighty River Murray. A huge dust storm in the distance is turning the air the colour of the earth. Pushing on, we turn into Narcat Conservation Park. And before we get into the soft stuff, we need to air down. Our destination tonight is the Pines Campground, located right on the border track. The Mallee Wilderness stretches as far as the eye can see. It's waiting for us to explore in the morning. There are a few better things in life than waking up with a hot coffee and finding yourself in a botanical garden.
There's just an incredible diversity of plant life around here. We camped at the Pines, a wonderful little campsite, no facilities mind you. The dominant species here are these scraggly looking pine trees, but there is so much more, and they've had some spring rain here and this place has just exploded into life. This, I reckon, is one of the best times to visit this area.
And it's also one of the best times to tackle the border track. It's one way southbound on this stretch, so no sand flags required. But before making the trip, be sure to check the CFA website for closures over the summer fire period.
I'm running 15 PSI in the tyres of my Ford Ranger, but I've also done that in the Easy Trail as well, and I think it's just a really good even tyre pressure to run on this track. You are driving at very slow speeds. So far going over this dune, I'm literally sitting on 10 kilometres per hour, so there's no worries about the tyre actually coming off the bead or falling off the wheel. So don't be afraid of that if you are a beginner, because what you tend to see is the tops of the dunes are a little bit chopped out. Now the main reason they become chopped out is because people probably drive this track and they think, oh look, I'm on high pressures, I'll be fine. And they'll find that the deeper they get into these sand dunes, the harder they have to hit their right pedal, because instead of their car just floating easily and gently over these dunes, they've got to peg it. They've got to hit the accelerator a lot harder. What that does is it digs little holes, little mounds, particularly up the tops of these sand dunes, and you just see it over and over again. If everyone ran low tyre pressures, I reckon these tracks would be in far better condition. So if in doubt, drop those tyre pressures and you'll have a far more comfortable, far smoother run, he says, as he bounces over these dunes, than you would with high pressures. High pressures, just no fun whatsoever.
Up ahead is Hensley's Trig Point. It's well worth a stop to have a Captain Cook from the viewing platform.
So Victoria, South Australia, and bloody freezing. There's a hell of a breeze. This is chilly as, folks. Should have brought the winter woolies. It's blowy up here.
It sure is good to get back inside the warm cab and back on track.
As a four-wheel driver going through sandy, arid sort of country, when you're sailing over a sand dune and your tyre tracks are the first tracks of the day, or possibly the week, it is a glorious feeling. I don't know what it is about being selfish or just feeling like you're the only one here, but that is the feeling that I've had on this track. We haven't passed a single other person for the entire journey, and this is smack bang in the middle of the New South Wales and South Australian school holidays. So quite a privilege to be out here in this beautiful slice of Australia and have it all to yourself. Oh, this looks like a steep one up here, mate. I might let you go ahead, keeping in mind I have my trailer on the back.
Wish me luck, boss.
Godspeed.
Alright, Tiptronic mode. Into second gear. Oh, no, there's third. Right. A bit bumpy. Yeah, okay, a bit rutted. I like the ruts. Yeah, okay, alright, we're up. A bit crossy. There we go.
The Ford Everest makes it up without missing a beat.
Ah, piece of cake.
Now it's my turn. Next,
Beauty, on my way.
have I bitten off more than I can chew? And later, beneath our wheels.
Oh, wow.
An ancient graveyard filled with giant Aussie animals.